This is our wireless translation setup. I would like to give you a walkthrough. Firstly, we have the FM radio transmitter that transmit any kind of sound to FM frequency via an antenna. Because this is a larger model, it comes with a power brick. And this power brick allows this transmission to send up to 100 meters in range. Because it's located in this part of the building, it can go across the building to about 70 meters. And our radio frequency is set to 76. For individual people who needs to hear the translation, we have a headset. And the headset is powered by two AA batteries. We chose to have AA batteries so that it will facilitate the change of batteries. For built-in batteries that cannot be taken out, after a few years, the batteries may lose its capacity and you can't change it out. Once you turn on, the default frequency is at 60. You can press the tune plus or tune minus to change the frequency. So I'll choose tune plus and go to our frequency, which is 76.0. You can hold it down for it to run, but when it finds a channel, it will stop. And then you have to press on it and hold it again and cause it to keep searching for the frequency you want. I'm near the frequency 76. I can press one by one. Then this is our frequency, 76. There's a volume. The default volume of the headset is at number 8, right between. This is the default. You can increase by pressing the VOL plus, which means volume plus, or volume minus to reduce the volume. It is normally at 8. I'll use that as a baseline for adjusting the mixer, the volume that goes into the headset. Here, you can press power off, but if you remove the battery for some time and you power on again, the frequency will not be there. Apart from that, you can save the frequency by pressing MEM, and then press M1. Now the M1 is a default memory. So if you go out of the frequency, you can just press M1 to get back to the frequency that is set. Remember, once you remove the battery from the headset, after a while, everything's reset. This mixer has inputs from two sources. The first source is from the microphone. So whatever that is spoken into the microphone will go down to the mixer, and then from there, via two cables, this red and white cable, it will connect to the transmitter, the FM transmitter. So first input is the microphone. The second input that I have here is from this Bluetooth receiver device. This Bluetooth device can be both a transmitter or a receiver. It is right now set as a receiver only. So it receives the audio from Bluetooth and sends it out via this cable to channel number 2. This is the Bluetooth audio from the audio mixer. And then of course we have a power brick with 3 USB ports powering the Bluetooth receiver, powering the mixer. And then we have one more cable that charges our translation Bluetooth headset, which is this. So our translator will listen directly from the mixer via this Bluetooth headset. So this system is technically wireless. For the Bluetooth receiver, it uses only the channel A. Right now, you can see that I have another Bluetooth, and this is the Bluetooth transmitter. You can see that RX is receiver, TX is transmitter. This is a power icon, and the channel that is linked is channel A, that is linked over there. Now, because this has a transmitter TX, the receiver will have the RX above on. When channel A receiver loses the connection, channel A would be blinking. When I plug in the power for the transmitter, you will see that channel A transmitter will start blinking, as that over there, channel A receiver. You can see this is on in the solid color. Wait for the receiver, channel A, to be solid, and that means it's connected successfully. It does take up to a minute for it to connect sometimes. The more Bluetooth devices you have in the vicinity, it will take a longer time to connect. If it is taking too long, what you can do is actually remove the power, plug in to reset the receiver device, and I'll do the same for the transmitter device. There you go. It is right now connected. Both channel A on the receiver and the transmitter, the A channel doesn't blink. It's a stable blue light. This tells you that the transmitter is now linked to the receiver. There is a volume knob here on the Bluetooth receiver. You can turn it anti-clockwise or clockwise. By turning clockwise, you are able to increase the volume to the maximum or decrease the volume. 3 ways for you to decrease the volume that is coming from the sound system. 1 will be this. 2 will be from the gain volume here. And finally, the last knob controls the volume that sends to the FM transmitter, which is this. Remember, the master volume is the red. We leave it in the middle. Normally, I would not suggest for you to touch the volume on the Bluetooth receiver. Over at the sound system end, we also have a knob for the Bluetooth transmitter. You're able to increase or decrease the volume that is being transmitted. This would also have been set by the soundman. On the transmitter, we can see that there is the B channel that is unused, that is used for transmitting the audio to the translator's headset. So what you need to do is press on and hold the power. You will hear power on. Sometimes in Chinese it says 开机, meaning on. And you can see that the B channel right now is connected straight away. So I'm going to turn it off again. You can press and hold the middle button on the headset to turn it off. You can see that the B channel LED is off. Here, let me explain the use of this little mixer. Here's a recap. Channel 1 comes from the microphone. Channel 2 comes from the Bluetooth receiver. And these 2 cables are the audio out to the FM transmitter. The 2 buttons here, they are not supposed to be depressed. This powers on the 48 volt for condenser microphones. We do not need to use that. This changes from line to instrument. Now, because this is an audio input from the Bluetooth receiver, and it is not an instrument, so therefore we do not press it. Here we have 2 inputs coming down. This is channel 1 and channel 2. So for channel 1, the gain is so-called cut-in and amplification. The 2 green knobs are the frequency. In the frequency, the top one is high frequency, the bottom is low frequency. Same for both. And then the button here is very important. It was turned on by mistake before, and that is effects. When you press it down, it is on. So make sure that the effects is turned off. Then we have the volume button. So we can see the label, mic, and Thai sound. What we have here, if I turn up this volume here, and you speak to the microphone, the volume will be transmitted over to the headset. That will be this microphone here, this volume here. Then for the Bluetooth, it really depends on who uses this. Normally the volume I'll set is to 3 o'clock. Same for this. And for the Thai sound from the mixer, this will be the volume that I set. The master volume out will be in the middle. If there are any problems with this setup and system is with the connection of the cables here, just make sure that if there are any noise, try shifting or try twisting this a little, that you do not hear any noise that is being transmitted over to the headset. This will be it. Next, if you have echo, there are sound of echo or reverb, make sure that the effects button is not depressed. This is very important. You are able to listen to the output of this mixer via a headphone if you want to listen to what is sent to the FM headsets. For translation, in order to reduce the amount of air hitting the microphone, it sounds like the d, p, p sound. Because when you speak directly to the microphone, the air from your mouth would hit the diaphragm in the microphone. We will speak past the microphone this way. The air would leave our mouth and pass the microphone instead of hitting the diaphragm of the microphone directly. I'll just put my lips about here and then I will speak in this distance. 2 words. Past it. You will speak past it. Last but not least, remember to also lift up the antenna. And additional information for you to know. We place the EQ high in the middle and low in the middle for speaking. But for music, we put it a little bit to the left at 8 o'clock, and this would be at about 7 o'clock. This is tuned to the particular music so that it is not too heavy or bassy or too loud for the headsets. When I talk about headsets, these translation headsets. Now, these translation headsets are not like normal music headsets. These translation are best for listening to people talking or vocals. This is why I turn down the bass and a bit of the high tones so that it will sound better on these translation headsets. That's all. If you have any questions, just leave me in the comments. Thank you.